Paint Coach, also known as Christopher Fornataro, is offering a free oil painting course. Now, it so happens that I desperately want to pick up my oil paints again, because I've had a really long break with a lot of unfinished projects, to say the least, and at this point I'm scared to pick up my brush again. So, I hope that this guy can fix my paint and my brush fear in less than a week. Let's find out. Before we begin, I want to show you how I'm going to rate this course. Also, there's a cow mooing his heart out. So please ignore that. I should probably take you a little bit closer. Where was I? Oh yeah, reviewing the course. I will have 4 points to review this course. Number 1. The value of his information. How valuable is it? How much am I actually learning? Does he actually bring anything new to the table, something I haven't heard or learned before? Second one, I probably spelled this wrong. Engagement. What I mean by that is, how fun is this going to be? How immersive is it? Like, does he have the personality where you want to keep watching and don't want to go to sleep? Because you have the teachers where you want to go to sleep, and I really hope he's not one of them. Number 3, I will be rating his course based on my own results. In one of his, I think it was a video where he was sharing about this course, like what we're going to be up to and stuff like that. He was saying that he at least hopes that we will be left with a couple of lovely paintings that we're happy with. There are going to be 2 stills and 1 landscape, from what I understand. And yeah, I'm very curious if the information that he gives me allows me to be pleased with what I'm creating. Last point, I'm going to be answering the question of, was this course worth my time? It's going to be about a week with painting, and he's going to have like a Zoom call at the end. Is this week going to be worth my time? Or would I have been better off just doing things on my own? So, stay tuned if you're curious to hear the answer to that. Oh yeah, and we will return to this once the week is over. If you don't know who Paint Coach is, first off, where have you been? And secondly, he's a really skilled and talented painter on YouTube, sharing his knowledge from a very beginner-friendly viewpoint. He presents himself as someone who crafted his own way through his art journey, and that's why I'm so excited to give this course a try, because I am on this journey on my own as well, self-taught and, trying to figure it all out.
This video, I'm just going to prep you and let you know what to expect. Now, as far as medium goes, got a little surprise for you. I'm not going to be using any medium plane exercise and or the final still life painting. Where you're going to do most of your work during.
So, it begins. Paint Coach's Paint Week. I have had a little look at the supplies that I need, which in this case, when it comes to colors, it's ivory black, ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, cadmium red, yellow ochre, and titanium white. Now, I don't think I have alizarin crimson. The other things I do think I have. So I gotta be finding that. And I was considering using canvases, but they take up so much space. So I found this old block, which I think I'm just gonna split up and use that. I just read that quinacridone rose is the red that is closest to the alizarin. Alizarin? What is up with these words? Alizarin red color. So, luckily I have that one. So I think we're good to go. I think I have all the colors. I think we're going to be painting a lemon, so... definitely chose the wrong color for this. Probably should have watched the video a little closer.
A little bit
Oh, okay. We're off to a good start.
Dots over here.
Now I just realized something stupid. I think because of my time zone. I'm too early because there aren't any lessons yet apart from priming the canvas, so I can't really do anything. I'll check back in a couple of hours, I suppose. Hello again. I got the goods. I got the videos for the first day, so I'm excited. Oh, it's been such a while since I picked up my own oil paints. So this is gonna be fun. It better be fun, because Paint Coach said it would be fun. Or we should try to have fun. My expectations are somewhat high.
Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk about color. I like to do it, which I feel like is a pretty warm colors. Think of yellow, orange, red, with a really good amount of paint, because I want to try to just cover that as quickly as possible. Brush pressure. Brush pressure. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Brush pressure. Brush
That's
pressure. Brush
video.
pressure.
I'll see you in the next one.
Brush pressure. Brush pressure. Brush pressure. Now I'll admit, I have a slight love-hate relationship with free art courses. Because one, they may contain valuable information. Honestly, most of the things that I've learned come from free art courses. But they also usually exist to lure you in and make you buy the artist's products when the course is finished. Not that there is anything wrong in selling and buying courses, but sometimes it makes me sad when I see that the artist is selling a product for the sake of just selling, rather than finding joy in just encouraging other people to paint. Secondly, it is hard to find free, and emphasis on free here, art courses that go beyond the beginner stage. Most of them are all beginner friendly. Where are the intermediate friendly? Or does that make me sound kinda spoiled? Anyway, I had high hopes though that Paint Coach would change my perspective on these things. I just finished Paint Coach's first demo video, which were these clay apple and lemon thingies. This is my result after following his video. Now I'm going to give myself another 25 minutes to do some touch-ups and see if I can get it a little bit better, because I don't think I've worked the shadows enough here. And one important point that he said was it's important to use enough paint. I don't think I'm using enough paint. Good morning all. We've had a really rough sleep, so this brain isn't really working yet. Either way, it's day 2, and I'm going to try to paint the next one. This time, we're going for more realistic looking apples and lemons, so I'm excited, despite the exhaustion. We're just going to chug down some more coffee, and then we're going to get started. Kind of disheartening because he spends like 15 minutes on his apple. I've been at this for, I don't know, 2-3 hours now, at least. Yeah, definitely not a professional at all. As I near the end of day 2, my already non-existent craving for apples and lemons were satiated, to say the least. But I have to say that painting the same still life twice was a game changer. In the first one, I learned to look for basic shapes, shadow and light sides, focusing on value and depth. And by the time I was painting the second, more realistic version, I knew how to approach the painting, and I had a really fun time applying my newfound knowledge. I definitely need a bigger bottle of this. This is like enough for one painting. Good morning, creative travelers. We are back with the last day of painting, which in this case is going to be a lily pond. I have to admit, I'm really happy it's not going to be more apples. I don't want to paint more apples. I'll show you the result of the last apple at the end of this video, or like more towards the end, but since we have another painting left, I need to be doing that.
So it just goes straight off the page. It's all broken up, local point. The clip before you jump into this painting. You know, a pencil line underneath it.
Where's my water? Oh, I'm supposed to have water. Water. I think I need to organize my stuff a little bit more. I never find what I need when I need it. This lily pond was quite the challenge. Not so much painting-wise, but actually letting go and flow with the process. Which sounds weird because I was just following a tutorial, it wasn't even my own piece. But if you watched any of my previous videos, you know how often I struggle with creative fear, judging my own work way too often and too harshly because of perfectionism and all that kind of unnecessary self-degrading noise. This lily pond was definitely an ugly stage all the way, until it wasn't. I was frustrated and demotivated throughout the entire thing, low-key cursing paint coach for wasting my time on something that just didn't get any better or looked good. Lo and behold though, by the time the tutorial was done, I took a step back and guess what I said to myself? Hey, this isn't so bad. They say trust the process. I should have trusted the process, and I should have trusted Paint Coach, who kept saying not to worry about the details and to just have fun observing and let it all come together on its own. Today is September 21st, which was the day that Mr. Paint Coach was going to have this 1-hour Q&A Zoom call something. I've never been on a Zoom call before. I've never been on any like these live chats with an artist with Q&As, and this is all really new territory, but I'm excited to see what comes out of it, I suppose. Or from what I understand, he's going to show other people's art pieces and like point out the good and the bad and I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't think I stand a chance of like joining in on the on the chat or like the Q&A that comes afterwards because there's so many people. There's the man himself. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to film it like this, but you know, we're doing it. I got my notebook. A beautiful paper blank notebook, very important. For now, people are still just saying where they're coming from. Oh, there are more people from Norway here. I wish I had speakers, I don't. But basically what he's saying that in this 1 hour, he wants to learn us trials and errors that took him 10 years to discover, and we're gonna learn in 1 hour, so we skip all that. I'm blasting the volume in my headphones in the hopes that you can hear something.
Couple paintings I did like this. There was one of the top painters actually the art school. It would turn out good. Like I have good paintings here or there.
I really like that the way he describes his art journey is so similar to, like, it sounds like he's still very fresh from all the beginning experiences. That might be a really good point as to why he's able to convey his information very well, which I think he's done so far.
Anytime I didn't know what to paint, like I just pull it out and just do a little study like this one right here. It's the trap of thinking like bigger is better. I did this because I didn't have the foundational skills, being able to communicate so much with so little.
I really like that he's saying that you can be your own coach if you start approaching your paintings the right way. Because that is something that I hear often, like, how are you supposed to become a better artist if you have no one to review your paintings, or you have no coach or a teacher or anything? And he just says right from the get-go that, you know, you don't need it. You can actually do it yourself, but you have to approach things with intention.
Color temperatures to get that sun-setting light effect. Point, you know, this chimney here is a dark, surrounded by all the lights. I think they got a little too light, more simple in the shadows. Study, but that's going to be very difficult to paint. Students painting, I feel like they did a good job, like actually understand them. Still life painting, metals, and what you can improve bucks, we can always get better at these fundamentals. They'll probably have a ton of questions, which is why I've made like kind of a guide for this path. It's my Foundations of Oil Painting course.
It is time to spill the tea. Wait. Focus. It is time to spill the tea after 1 week of Paint Coach, his free paint course. We have returned to our whiteboard. Yeah, I have finished. I have 3 paintings. I will show them to you as we talk about these points. But yeah, Paint Coach, if you by some miraculous reason found this video and you're watching this and you've come to this point, don't be afraid. I have basically just positive stuff to say. So let's dive in. First one, the value of information. Like, my question at the beginning of this course was, am I gonna learn something new? Am I gonna get some more information that, isn't already shared in other beginner courses? And does this extend beyond beginner courses? Like, is there just more juice to it? And I'm very happy to say that it was. I learned several new things, especially regarding color theory and how to just approach detail when you have a very detailed subject or a detailed reference image, how to go about it. And he was really good at explaining how to use your brushes, how to deal with the paint. And he even taught us all this without mediums. And he showed that it was very possible to create a beautiful painting without any mediums, which was really exciting. So overall, I am very pleased. I learned something new. Now the next one was the question, am I gonna be falling asleep as I continue watching this or not? Like, is he engaging? Am I having fun? Is he good at conveying his information in a way that is applicable to my own work, if that makes sense? And again, big thumbs up to that. I did not feel the need to fall asleep. He spoke very calmly, very simply, but in such a way that I understood everything he said. I managed to apply it to my own work, and often, when you learn something, you can understand it in your mind, but it can be hard to actually translate it into the physical thing that you're working on. But in this case, he just, he said his things. I could immediately just put it into the painting, and it worked. Almost like magic. It was just fun. He made me laugh several times. One thing that really stood out to me was his passion for his work, the passion for what he's doing, and also really enjoyable to see his passion to teach other people to paint, or just, teach other people to have fun while they paint. After joining his Zoom call, where we actually got to see him teach live, and we heard a little bit about his backstory and where he was coming from, it is so obvious that he still knows what it's like to be fresh in your beginner shoes or your intermediate shoes and not really knowing where to go or what to do. His passion and his ability to see this whole art journey through the eyes of a student and knowing what to say to encourage us to keep moving forward, to understand. Mwah, chef's kiss to that. I loved it. I loved it so much. Now, this one, my own work, is a bit of a off topic, or is a little bit hard to describe because yes, I think the paintings he made were beautiful, but I know that I personally can be really harsh towards my own work. So I can rip these paintings I have now apart and say, this is bad and this is wrong and oh, I hate this and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that because I'm working on being kinder to myself. But I think that is a point worth noting, is that if you ever approach or if you ever start a course, they will never be enjoyable if you can't approach them with patience and kindness towards yourself. Please, alongside working on your physical skills, also work on your mindset and your ability to be kind and patient with yourself. This way, the art journey just becomes way more enjoyable. And yeah, I also think you'll learn faster because you won't be wasting energy on just being self-sabotaging, if that makes sense. Now, for the last thing, drum roll, please. Was this course worth my time? That was like the big question. And I would say yes. It was wholeheartedly worth my time. It really gave me like the butt kick to get started again. I was so scared to pick up the brush before I started because there had been months since the last time I picked up my oils. I wasn't really good with oils to begin with. And I was just scared to continue because I'd built up this whole fake story in my head of why I couldn't do it. Paint Coach got me to do it. The last thing I wanted to say was that I really appreciated that he said that you, even though if you're a self-taught artist, you can do this on your own. You can teach yourself to paint on your own. Like, I've heard so many times, like, how are you going to get better if you don't have a teacher, if you don't have anyone to review your work and all that kind of stuff? But he just really debunked, is that the right word? He debunked that statement by saying that you can do this. You can do this self-taught artist journey on your own and get really good as long as you're intentional with your time, with the way you approach your work, and just put your heart into it and have fun. That was a lot of babbling. I think, honestly, I can't feel my feet anymore because I'm like sitting. I'm not sitting on my knees, but like when you crouch down and you're sitting on your feet, but your knees are bent. My lack of English here. Yeah, and my tea is cold, so I'm not very comfortable anymore. I want to be done with this. Anyway, Paint Coach again, if you watch this, you probably won't, but thank you for this. I had a wonderful time. I learned a lot, and I'm excited to keep painting. If you are a viewer who considers doing this free course at some point, he does them now and again. So just, stay tuned to his channel, and he'll let you know next time this comes up. I can't do anything else but recommend this entire week and this entire course. So, yeah. That's it. I'm gonna go shake some blood into my legs now. That sounded very weird. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to join in on a very lovely, creative and introverted Discord community, feel free to check the link below. And I will be back in a week or two with the next video project, whatever I'll be up to. Cheers to that.